Morning, Christine Regan Lake here. Welcome back to my podcast. So today I would like to talk to you about precious metals, specifically gold, because that is such a pivotal asset right now. So I became a precious metal investor probably about 12 years ago. The first precious metal I bought was silver. I started educating myself about silver, eventually moved into gold, and then platinum as well. So why did I begin investing in precious metals? Precious metals are an important part of your portfolio mix, and I'll tell you why. Precious metals offer a hedge against inflation. So while you're putting away your dollars in your 401k, which are denominated in US dollars, over time, the purchasing power of those dollars are decreasing. The reason that is because the US dollar is a fiat currency. A fiat currency means that it is not tied and backed by gold the way it used to be. It was until 1971, but then we were taken off the gold standard, which means that the US government has been printing money into oblivion ever since. Currently, the US is the largest debtor nation in the history of the world. There's no country who has had greater debt than the US right now. And it is a known fact that every single fiat currency in history has eventually gone to zero, which means the value of the dollar is equal to zero. Nobody wants it because it holds no value. So precious metals investors are people who look at the landscape, they understand the changing dynamics of what is going on. And over the last 10 years, the situation regarding the US dollar has become more tenuous. And the reason is because the US dollar has been the petrodollar, which is basically the fact that any country who wanted to buy oil had to buy it in US dollars. So they were kind of caught and they didn't have a choice. So they were forced to accumulate tons of US dollars, which meant the US government could just keep printing and printing and printing because there was a massive need for the US dollar and there was no jeopardy for it. And our US military backs the dollar, meaning that if any country doesn't want to use the US dollar, the military will go in to make sure they continue to use the US dollar. Well, the petrodollar is going, its days are numbered. Over the last decade, China and Russia and the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have been putting together alliances to move away from the petrodollar and be able to buy goods, oil, in other currencies. They are denominating in yuan or the Russian ruble, things like that. So the reason that you, as an intelligent investor, would want to allocate a portion of your portfolio and retirement income in precious metals is because if your entire 401k is denominated in paper US dollars, when the US dollar finally collapses, as every fiat currency in history has done, and ours is coming too. It's simply a matter of when. It's not if, it's definitively when. When it does, your assets are going to collapse because they have all been denominated in the US dollar. We are moving to a new currency at some point. We just don't know when exactly it's going to happen. It's pretty much known. Anyone who follows this stuff understands that it's coming. So the value of having a percentage of your assets in precious metals is very intelligent. Gold is a phenomenal one right now, which many investors are advising. Well, many precious metals investors or analysts who cover hard assets and precious metals advise. So what percentage of your portfolio should be allocated to precious metals? It depends on who you talk to. If you talk to Jim Rickards, who's written, I think, like 4 books on gold, he'll say you want 10%. 10% is a solid number that will protect you. If there was a panel of, I think it was like 3 or 4 precious metals, actual owners and buyers and brokers in precious metals, when the panelists asked them, what do they personally believe in? All 3 of them said at least 30% of their portfolio should be in precious metals: gold, silver, platinum. And if you talk to Egon von Greyers, who is one of the founders of Matterhorn Asset Management in Switzerland, who vaults gold for the richest people in the world, he'll tell you that his clients allocate anywhere from 50% or more. That is what they were recommending, because we are at the moment, the entire globe is on fiat currencies that are being printed into oblivion, and it's very clear to the global community that fiat currencies do not work, and that we're going to have to go back to some kind of asset-backed currencies to be able to have sound money. So it's really up to you, whatever percentage you decide to purchase, but I highly recommend that you do get at least a certain percentage in precious metals. I was actually astonished. I was at a networking event and I was speaking to a financial analyst, and she said that her company specialized in asset management for the wealthy. And I asked her what percentage did she allocate to gold or precious metals, and they said 1 to 2%. And I was floored, because in my opinion, that is wholly irresponsible. Now, the other thing you want to make sure that you don't do is do not be fooled by the gold ETFs, those GLD ETFs, which means it's like the paper traded where you can keep it in your portfolio, but it's actually like a paper GLD ETF. Nope. That market has been proven that the banks have been manipulating the physical price of gold and silver by manipulating the markets in GLD. And there is far more gold contracts being sold in ETFs than physical gold exists in the world. It's just another Ponzi scheme. So there is a golden rule of thumb in hard asset investing that if you don't hold it in your physical hand, you don't own it. It's not real. So you want gold, silver, platinum in your physical hand. And like I said, the percentage of what you personally decide to invest in is up to you. But I would strongly encourage you to invest in that. And two other notes is, do not store it in a bank. You never want to store precious metals in a bank with a lockbox. It's not safe, and you don't want to really necessarily hold it at home. That's not safe either. You want to find a private storage facility that is safe for you to house your precious metals investments. So I hope you found value in that. Have a beautiful day, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Thanks. Bye.